I'm on crossroads with my relationship. Has not been good for my general well-being. Had a breakthrough last Friday. Still need clarity. All right, let's look. Okay. I just keep getting something about you being tied or buckled or corded, or just there's an attachment that is still lingering with you and this person. That's like keeping you strapped in. I'm kind of seeing that it's them. It's like something about them being seated or stuck. Are they stuck? Like is part of the crossroads that like they're not moving forward or connecting or reaching out to you or trying to meet you in the middle, things like that. Because I keep getting like they're the one that's, again, not tied down, but that they have a buckle around them that's like keeping them seated and secured, if you will. Because it's resulting in some sort of resistance energy. He said it'll change, but I'm not too sure if he can. All right. Okay. So we're there. Just wanted to clarify. So just as a reminder here before I keep going, everybody has free will. So whatever it is that comes through, I will never tell anyone like, yes, you should stay, or yes, you should leave. Because ultimately, whatever it is that comes through, if you listen to your gut, like you know the answer, like you're coming in saying you want clarity because presumably you're looking for confirmation that what you think or what your gut is telling you is right, or you're uncertain if your mind is thinking something different than your gut. So just as the backdrop, and this applies to everyone who I do a reading for, when it comes to making a personal decision, financial decision, health decision, professional decision, you are always in the driver's seat. It is always up to you. And this support that's coming through is just to help you feel aligned and more confident with the decision that you already know you need to make. That's the language that's coming through for you in particular. On holiday, he ruined it for his outbursts for nothing. He can't control his emotions. It's happening too often. All right. So hopefully you heard what I what I just said. I'm going to circle back into this a little bit more and give us additional context. And then, of course, we have the card that we can flip over as well. But again, the main recommendation being, you know the answer, your gut is telling you something, and to keep that not in back of mind, in front of mind. So I'm just putting the two of you on a little road moving forward. So I do this in reading so I can kind of see, so how is it that the two of you are interacting, and what does that look like longevity wise? So for him, I just because I keep picturing him like seated in a chair. So I just have a chair. I just have a chair for him, like an office chair. And then you're coming in. Let me know if this relates at all. But it looks like that glass container that's in Beauty and the Beast, where it's like the piece of glass that goes over and covers it. That's the image that is coming in representing you. I don't know if you particularly relate to that or not, but it's more about the glass rather than it being about the flower in it. I think I'm just getting that as the descriptor to contextualize it, so you hopefully know what I'm seeing. So you are this glass container and he is a office chair. So I'm moving the two of you together. And it's bumping you around. It's like you are, like you're getting rattled. There's risk of chipping on you because again, you're fragile. And I say this in a way that again is not saying like you're fragile, like that's a negative. It's not. But the state of where you're at, it's you are clear, you are transparent, you are gonna be impacted because you're made of glass in this visual. So you're going to be impacted by like a office chair, like ramming into you or rattling you around or knocking you off of a shelf for this metaphor. And then moving you down the road, I see like his wheels just get like stuck. They get stuck in like there's rocks or there's little potholes or things in the ground. So he just kind of gets stuck and then he's spinning out and then like the chair flips over. It just really feels like he's caught in his own thing, his own spiral. Oh, it's kind of interesting with the wheels on it with him spinning around then. I guess that makes sense. And then what it does is it's like then you're seeing him, like you're looking back at him, and then you just get foggy, like your glass is then filled with fog or smoke, and it's supposed to be clear. It's supposed to have clarity. And so when it doesn't, it's like you got to take the lid off. You have to let the air out. You have to have that released. You have to return to your neutral state, going back to that first reading where we were talking about becoming your authentic self. You are meant to be clear, true, pristine, shining glass. And if you're anything but that, if you are containing smoke or fog or being chipped, that is not your most natural, most authentic state. And it's really important for you to be able to return to that. And if the conditions of your environment are blocking you from being able to do so or disrupting your flow, your priorities, misaligning with your values, then that is the big moment to question. Red flag, alarm going off, because it's really crucial in general, but it's just coming across like for you. I don't know if this is a pattern in your life, but it's so, so important to be able to connect to who you are authentically, be able to be that in your glassy form, be honored, admired, respected, held with tender care, put on the highest shelf, rather than cracked, made, smoky, if you will. And we can flip the card over. And what we have is the Empress. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Oh, looks good from here. Let's see. Yeah. It's kind of holding out. So the Empress is another major arcana card, and it is representing creation, fertility. It's a bit of a Mother Earth, Mother Nature energy. She has the power. So I don't know if you can see it. Ooh. So she has in her hand, there's like light that is in her hand. She is connected. She is bound to nature, bound to her nature, wielding her nature. She is creating and shaping her environment, her reality. She can birth that reality, that state of being. She can renew. She can be a creator, but not to be abused. The creations are not to be abused. If the creations are being abused, we pack up and we create somewhere else. That's what's coming in. All right, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. So give him a chance and see if he will change. As I mentioned before, one, the guidance was that you know the answer of whether or not he will change. Number two, again, the visuals that came in were about your state, your reality, what is serving you versus not serving you. They're presented in the visuals in the narrative to be a misalignment with how he's functioning, operating, working with you, or lack thereof working with you. Him then kind of getting lost and falling behind and in his own troubles and struggles. And then the impact on you to prevent that clarity, prevent being able to be the authentic creator, pioneer, wonder of nature. Said it a few times, I'll say it an additional time. The decision has to be up to you, and what keeps coming through is your gut knows what the decision is. And the images that came through, again, I am not going to make any direct statement. The point is to interpret those messages. I can interpret them for myself, but I am not you. You are a different person. You have a different reality, life, history, and experiences. So I can't impose my own interpretation on it to tell you what to do, because that is not an ethical thing. So I will not be doing that and give you a yes or no. So again, it's just, what are you hearing from what I am sharing, from what is coming through, from the messages of this card? And then you can use that to, ideally, what was coming through, to validate what your gut is telling you about whether to stay with him or not. No worries, no worries. And I think it's important, and hopefully for other people to hear it as well. It's how I do readings, how I was trained to do readings. And just from personal experience, it's like, even if, before I started doing readings, I just would give people advice. It's like you give them advice and then they just like don't do it. So then you're like, ugh, this is so frustrating. So I've found that it's actually kind of great how I stumbled into intuition. It's like, it is just about neutrality. So I have to be neutral. I can have my brain, can have my own opinion on this situation. I've done enough readings for people that I can understand in certain situations, like what the messages are, like what's being conveyed, lesson, insights, etc. But it's your journey. It is never my journey. So I am just the translator for the insights, for the information, and you as the receiver on the other end of the telephone, aka on your screen, your device. I am returning your power to you. Remember, the power is in her hands. The power is in your hands. You decide, you create. Yeah, and you want to grow? That's this energy right here. That's this Empress. This Empress is that she is creating. She is creating in and of nature. She is facilitating growth. So that is your energy. That is what is attached to you. So I didn't look further there. Because in part, this is just a mini reading. So if you want to dive further and ask additional questions, feel free to book a reading with me. You can go to the link in my bio. These are just designed to be mini samples. The full readings that I have are 60 minutes. So you can ask as many questions as will fit into that time. But for the mini readings, I just stick to what's the main thing that came in, and then trying to cover as much as we can in, 10 to 15 minutes maximum. Thank you so much. It does give me some clarity. Good. I am glad. Thank you for joining today. And again, I am here. So definitely consider if you listen to them or not, maybe re-listen to them when I have the videos up. The week ahead readings, especially the first reading, is what was coming through for you. Check out the different resources I have. And if you or anybody on here, if you're interested in receiving a full reading, not just the samples that I have in here, you can go to my website. You can book there. I do writing questions, and then I also do 60-minute live readings with or without cards.